What are some healthy ways to deal with OCD thoughts instead of giving in to compulsions? So there are a few things you could do. Some people find it useful to name their intrusive thoughts, like name them, a name like Bob. And when they pop up, just be like, yeah, sure, Bob. Oh, thanks for that one. I just call it OCD. I'm just like, oh, thanks OCD, thanks for that one. When I was in recovery and I was struggling a lot, it mainly would just be like, fuck off OCD. But that's not really the healthiest way to cope with it. I think the two best ways to cope with it are accepting or exposure. So let's start with exposure, which is basically exposing yourself to the fear. That's the only way you'll get over any kind of fear, OCD, fears, phobias, blah, blah, blah. So if my OCD says, pick up this pillow or you're going to die tomorrow, I have to not pick up the pillow and tell myself, I might die tomorrow. I've said this before, but your intrusive thoughts does not give a higher probability of things happening. If things happen, say my intrusive thoughts say, I'm going to have a bad day tomorrow, that is kind of like 50-50. And before, when I was wrapped up in it, I used to be like, oh my God, I was right. My mind predicted it. My mind just does this predicting thing, which I found out was OCD. There's no predicting going on there. So yeah, expose yourself to your fear is the best way to overcome them. And you have to do it over and over again. Don't think that you've exposed once and then the next time you're like, oh my God, why am I still afraid? You've probably been like this for a while. The OCD's probably been going on for a while, I'm guessing. And so it's, pretty normal not to be like fixed like that. You have to persevere. The next way that I find is more useful for things like POCD, because you don't always want to say, yeah, I might be a pedo, I might not, because you just don't want to say that. And that's okay. If you can do that kind of exposure, good. For me, when I was working on my POCD, I didn't like that. I find that with those kind of thoughts, acceptance works better for me. You recognize it as OCD, you accept it, and you just let it pass. It will pass. I know it's horrible. I know you're thinking, but why, but why, but why? The reason is because you have OCD. Hope my answer was helpful in some way, and thank you for the question.